Hey everyone. Okay, so this episode dumped a huge lore bomb on us by revealing that, during that void period 800 years ago, when the government was first founded, it's revealed to us that although Alabasta had opted out of obtaining official status as founders of the world, Queen Lili, the founding monarch of Alabasta, never returned from Marie Joie, and the shocked look on Cobra's face seems to indicate that Emu's identity is that of the queen. Now, of course, I have read the manga, so I know what Emu's response to Cobra is going to be for this. And after having a lot of time to mull on just this whole brain busting reveal, and especially what I know to expect from tomorrow's chapter, I think Emu might be a remnant from the old world order. Someone who Joy Boy had fought time and again during the war. Emu is one of those like initial like 20 king, like 20 monarchs who had fought Joy Boy, and had fought in the war that inevitably claimed destruction over the ancient kingdom. Although that in its although knowing that in itself begs the question of how Emu is still alive. And honestly, I think we can thank the op fruit for that. Like it was probably I think how Emu is alive is the op fruit in some way or another was used to grant Emu immortality. Now, how Lily fits into this equation though, I believe is that she had discovered Emu's identity, but rather than serve under him as a celestial dragon, she had chosen to rebel, which nearly gotten her killed, and somehow Emu adopted her likeness. Or at least that's how my mind is piecing all this together. Again, especially with the possibility of the op fruit on the table, and how it was probably used to keep Emu alive after all these years, and by somehow transferring his mind into Lily's, I think, or something. Of course, we also have to talk about the elephant in the room, which is the implication Cobra seems to be making that the Nefertari are of the clan of D. And I don't want to get into too much because everything else is going to be revealed like next chapter. But I will say for now, this implication, is one of those reveals that does make sense with what again the next episode is going to reveal. But on a more personal level, something about the reveal just never clicked with me. And the only way I can describe it is that it's something that does fit narratively, but it's also a personal narrative problem for me that a lot of stories make, where you have a group of people lost to the annals of history, but at the same time said group also seems to have a lot of descendants popping out of the woodwork. So it's like, yeah, I understand you can't just they are an important part of the story and narrative, so you can't just have just a couple people, just a select few people have this. But it's like it's the one problem of like, okay, so this big group was lost, but where so many seem to have the will of D. Like, yeah, it's just one of those things it's one of those nitpicky things that kind of annoys me. Now, with that said, though, let's get to my bigger problem with this episode, which is for a large chunk of the running time, we have to deal with Charlos's retarded ass. And yes, I can say retarded because I don't monetize my videos. Fuck you, YouTube. But luckily, even though we have to deal with Charlos's stupid ass, we don't have to deal with him for long because the whole scene with Charlos quickly erupts into an incident where Sai and Leo pretty much kill the bastard, which personally, again, you'll never see me weeping for that bloated waste of space, and I doubt anyone else will. But from a narrative perspective, yeah, this is a drastic turning point for the series because with the death of Celestial Dragon, this is going to cause a greater divide between the world above and the world below. Like you have to imagine that there will be a greater militant action the government takes at trying to kill not only pirates but anyone who actively opposes their power at this point. Like the government is going to start being a lot more proactive in utilizing its resources and power more fervently to eliminate any and all rebellious elements from the world, which unfortunately at this point, if we're keeping track of the story, pretty much means like around 80% of the population now. And that's probably just a bare minimum estimate I'm going by, but you get the idea. Like, it's the world. It's now going to be the world above versus the world below, and pirates are just kind of gonna get stuck in the middle of it all, honestly. And yeah, outside of that, there's not a whole lot more to talk about. Although I guess I should mention the whole part of the episode with Sabo and Bonnie, because on top of being a nice transition and showing us what led up to her arriving on Egghead, and admittedly, it's kind of a hilarious twist of fate that she gets helped out by Sabo, only to end up working alongside Sabo's Luffy, who's Sabo's brother, at Egghead, and the different dynamics to play with it, which is this, and just which is to say, Bonnie grew to have great respect for Sabo, but Luffy is just like pretty much a means to an end for Bonnie to help her in any way she needs him to. But as we'll also soon see, the forces of fate tend to play very mysterious games, as Bonnie's gonna learn after we get into her backstory that yeah, that Luffy is actually someone she actually has great respect for in a sense of the word. But yeah, I'm not gonna say any more than that. But yeah, guys. So you guys, that's pretty much all I got for this review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe from my Twitter, Analyst Control, be sure to notification bell, the subscribe button, and just share the video around, guys. Dark Knight signing off. Later, everyone.